Here's a number that should genuinely make you stop scrolling. Indian herb farmers are earning less than 10% of what a consumer finally pays for the exact same plant. Less than 10%. Think about that with a simple mango analogy. A farmer sells raw mangoes for 20 rupees a kilo. Those same mangoes, washed, packed, slapped with a nice logo, sit on a supermarket shelf for 200 rupees a kilo. The mango didn't change, not even a little. The processing, the packaging, the brand trust. That's what created the 10x value jump. And right now, someone else is pocketing it. Now swap mangoes for ashwagandha, tulsi, turmeric, moringa, brahmi, and shatavari. 6 botanicals that the global wellness market is absolutely desperate for. And you've got the same problem, just at a much bigger, much more painful scale. And here's the cruel irony. India's soil and climate are genuinely world-class for growing all 6 of these. We have a natural home advantage that most countries would kill for. So why are farmers still stuck at the bottom? One word: verification. A German pharma buyer or a Bangalore D2C brand doesn't just want your herbs. They want proof. Certified quality documentation that says this meets our standard. Without that, farmers are selling trust me produce in a show me world. Now look at this. On our infographic, you can see that 10x value gap laid out starkly across these 6 botanicals. It's not a farming problem. It's an infrastructure and verification problem. And here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Because that gap, that's not a tragedy. That's an opportunity. A precision market garden as small as 2 acres, growing the right crop at the right quality with the right paperwork to back it up, can pull in over 3 crore rupees in annual revenue with margins sitting around 45%. That's not a typo. We'll hold on that number so it lands properly. Botanical Goldmine is real. The question is who's actually going to dig it. So who actually captures this opportunity? Let's talk about the playbook, because it already exists. India ran this experiment before. Picture 100 small dairy farmers, each walking to market with 1 liter of milk, taking whatever price the middleman feels like offering that morning. That was India's dairy reality before Amul flipped the script. Aggregating supply, standardizing quality, building a brand that eventually commanded premium prices globally. Experts are literally calling this the Amul moment for botanical herbs right now. And if you're running an FPO, building an agri startup, or just a farmer paying attention, this is your window. Here's how it works in practice. FPOs, farmer producer organizations, basically collectives that pool bargaining power, can aggregate volume from dozens of small growers and access shared testing labs. Those labs produce the contamination checks and quality certificates that serious B2B buyers won't negotiate without. And this isn't theoretical. Madhya Pradesh's ashwagandha clusters are a live proof of concept right now. Organized contract farmers locking in fixed price deals with verified buyers, completely bypassing the mandi. Think of it like switching from freelance gig work to a retainer client. Same field, same effort. Just a predictable paycheck instead of a prayer. That FPO aggregation model mirroring Amul's dairy consolidation is exactly what's making premium B2B contracts accessible to farmers who'd never have seen them otherwise. But here's where it gets genuinely interesting for the tech builders in the room. Sitting on top of this whole structure is a tech layer that's basically an open market right now. IoT sensors tracking soil moisture in real time, drones surveying crop health at scale, and ML models predicting crop quality before harvest even happens. Specifically, XGBoost models, the kind that crunch multiple data variables simultaneously, are outperforming traditional neural networks at predicting Brix levels, which is essentially the compound concentration that determines a crop's quality grade and therefore its price. A startup selling quality prediction as a service to FPOs. That's a differentiated product with a real paying customer. And government schemes are already funding shared lab infrastructure in these clusters, which means entry barriers are dropping. The infrastructure is being built whether you participate or not. So the real question isn't whether this market is real. It's whether you're going to sell the tools or just watch someone else do it. We'll get into exactly what that looks like next. So we've established the shift is real and the gap is massive. Now the actual question. Where do you fit in this? There are 3 distinct roles you can step into right now. And which one makes sense depends on your skills, your capital, and honestly, how much risk you can stomach. First, the organized farmer or FPO leader. If you're already in agriculture or working with farming communities, the play is vertical integration. You don't just grow, you process, certify, and sell directly. Join or form an FPO, and suddenly a testing lab that would cost you 50 to 80 lakh rupees individually becomes completely affordable split across 50 farmers. That's the infographic right there. Shared infrastructure unlocking individual ambition. Contract buyers then pay you 3 to 5 times the open market rate, and that 10x price gap between raw herb and branded product, that's your margin to capture. Second role, precision Agri-Tech startup. If you're a tech founder, think of this like selling GPS navigation to truck drivers. The farms and FPOs already exist, you're just adding the intelligence layer. Frost prediction, real-time soil monitoring, ML-powered quality grading. There's a clear B2B pipeline here for India-specific solutions that don't cost a fortune. Third, consultant or trainer. JM Footier's model, 3 crore rupees in revenue from just 2 acres using smart crop rotation and ergonomic tools, is almost completely unknown in India. If you can translate that into workshops and online courses for Indian farmers, you've got a high-margin knowledge business with zero inventory. The bottom line is this: the botanical sector isn't a farming story anymore. It's a full ecosystem play. Farmers, tech, and knowledge economy all growing at once. The entrepreneurs who move while the infrastructure is still being built are the ones who will define the next decade of value in this space. And now you know exactly how. Follow us for more updates like this. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and X.